Our top story tonight on Gravitas is about the Russia-Ukraine war. Russia has launched one of its most brutal attacks on Ukraine this year, unleashing a massive wave of missiles and drones that in a way turned cities into war zones overnight. Over 250 projectiles rained down on Ukraine, devastating critical infrastructure and leaving millions at risk of blackouts. Entire power stations were reportedly reduced to rubble. Gas pipelines erupted into flames, while key cities faced relentless bombardment. According to reports, at least 70 Russian missiles, both cruise and ballistic, along with nearly 200 drones, struck energy grids, ports, residential areas. Russian forces launched the assault from air and sea, reportedly, targeting areas like Kharkiv, Sloviansk, Kramatorsk, Odessa, Poltava, and Ternopil. In fact, the Ukrainian Naval Forces spokesperson has said that this was the largest attack involving Russian warships in the Black Sea this year. In Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city, a missile blast near an apartment block injured at least 8 people. While in Ukraine's Black Sea port town of Odessa, the port's warehouses, which stored ammunition, were reportedly struck, along with power substations. The massive Russian drone attacks also damaging key energy infrastructure and triggering fires in residential areas in the city. In Ternopil, a gas pipeline reportedly erupted in a fiery explosion after a direct missile hit. Russian missiles also struck gas storage facilities in Poltava and Sumy regions, along with Ivano-Frankivsk and Vinnytsia. Such was the extent of damage in Poltava that Ukraine's largest private energy company had to suspend gas production. Meanwhile, in eastern Ukrainian city of Pivden, residents are reportedly bracing for at least 5 days without electricity after a key transformer was destroyed in the Russian attacks. According to the Ukrainian president, fighter jets, including F-16s and Mirage, were used to repel the Russian onslaught. The Ukrainian military officials said that their forces managed to intercept 34 incoming missiles and 100 drones, but the sheer volume of the attack meant that many found their targets. You see, Ukraine's allies are also on high alert. The Polish military reportedly scrambled fighter jets and activated air defense systems in response to the attack. The NATO member country was reportedly closely monitoring Russian aggression near the borders, wary of any spillover effects from the ongoing war. The attacks come just a day after another deadly Russian strike in Zelensky's hometown. A missile attack struck a hotel in the city, killing 4 people and injuring more than 30 people. In fact, just a day earlier, Zelensky had reiterated a partial truce proposal at the European summit, in which Russia and Ukraine agreed to a halt on long-range strikes on energy and other civilian infrastructure, and halt operations in the Black Sea. High-level talks between Ukrainian and US officials are set to take place in Saudi Arabia next week, focusing on a possible ceasefire and a large-scale prisoner exchange between Kiev and Moscow. Meanwhile, earlier today, US President Donald Trump said that Ukraine and Russia have no choice but to work towards a peace deal. Listen in.
Ukraine wants to make a deal because I don't think they have a choice. I also think that Russia wants to make a deal because in a certain different way that only I know, they have no choice either.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.